Hello brothers and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about a Rumour image, and of course it is the official Rumour image from the Warhammer community website, because as you can see in the background we have a hand, we have an arm, and we appear to have some binoculars. But this is causing some debate, because is it an orc? Or is it something to do with the Imperial Guard? So let's jump in and let's have a little discussion. It's kind of like a Marmite situation for those of you who are not aware of what Marmite is. It's like this kind of spread you put on a sandwich. People love it or people hate it. It's kind of like that. People are saying orcs and people are saying no, it's definitely Imperial Guard. Now, I love orcs. I love Imperial Guard. There's been a lot of talk, let's say. We've actually had another Rumour image of an orc boot I say it was like 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and that's talked give a lot of discussion. People have obviously been speaking about the rumour of Gaz Skull coming back, and of course with the Psychic Awakening Saga of the Beast, are the orcs actually going to get something new, a new character model? Is it going to be Gaz Skull that's coming out? Is it going to be part of a box set? There's so much stuff to talk about. We'll get there in a second, but I firstly want to talk about what I personally think it is. And I think it is something to do with the Imperial Guard. And not just like Cadians. I think this is the start, hopefully, fingers crossed, of GW going back to some of the specialised Guards regiments, which have a lot of character attached to him. And with this one, because he's got such a big hand and his arm, from what we can see, is very, very muscly, I'm going to go out on a whim here and say this may be a Catachan Jungle fighter. For those of you who watch my stream, I apologise in advance because you've heard this so many times from me, and that is, please, GW, give us some bloody personality back to the Imperial Guard. You had awesome regiments like the Vostrians, the Talon, the Valhallans, the Mordian Iron Guard, the Praetorians. These fantastic regiments, they had amazing models. They had amazing characters to go along with them. And one day, they all just vanished. Never to return. They did come back in some out of production, like, Made to Order Metal. I think it was Vostrians that had that. But really, the bulk of the Imperial Guard, when it came to different flavours, different looks, actual character to the range, just vanished. And it's very, very hard now to go out and try and find it. So I'm really, really hoping, fingers crossed, this is the start of that slowly creeping back, because these regiments are what make the Imperial Guard awesome. I remember when I was like first getting into 40k and stuff like that, and I saw like the Praetorians and like the Redcoats, and of course because I'm British and stuff, I immediately was attracted to them. I'm like, oh my god, these are like British soldiers in space. They're so fantastic. And sure, a lot of people had that connection with like the Valhallans and Vostrians and all that kind of stuff, and for them to just slowly disappear, I was like, oh my god, they're so awesome. And now we're just stuck with Cadians. Now, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, Cadians are awesome. I love it. I love the lore behind Cadians. The bloody planet broke before the Guard did, all that kind of stuff. But when you look at it, like the bigger picture, it's just Cadians. It gets a bit boring after a while. Like, I know you can kit bash it, but you got to be spending a bit of chunk of change if you're going to be kit bashing a lot of Cadians. Like, you're buying box sets of just heads and stuff. Well, a box set just to get the heads, a box set just to get certain arm poses and stuff like that. Yes, you can argue third-party websites are a place to go to, but for me, I always like buying official stuff, because I just think it has that factor of actually being in the universe, if that makes sense. Right, that's my fandom for the GW over. Let's get back to the bloody image. So, as I stated, Catachan Jungle fighter. By God, the Emperor knows that these lads need a bit of an update. If we look at some of their images in the background, like some of the faces, some of the faces of these guys haven't aged well. Like back in the day, don't get me wrong, they were the bee's knees. But when you compare these now to some of the models that we have in the 40k range, some of the new sculpts, the technologies that what they can achieve, they they just look so out of place. They really, really do. They look so out of place. Like, look at the new Slimarbo model. How awesome does he look? Imagine having like a full range refresh of Catachan Jungle fighters dedicated to that. I would, oh my god, yes. I think I would have to make a little Catachan Jungle force, because why not? They are the baddest of the badasses. Now, again, when it comes to whatever this is it just one model? That is another massive factor. Is it a part of the Psychic Awakening, where we've really seen mostly just one HQ models? The only thing that separates that from what I'm aware of is the Eldar one, where it had the Dark Eldar character in there, it had the Janzar in there, and it had the new Banshee and the new whatever the bloody dark Incubi. That's what they're called. That's really like the only big release where I've seen multiple new models come out during this Psychic Awakening. So yeah, that's very, very rare. Would they do it again for the Imperial Guard? If it is Imperial Guard, hopefully, fingers crossed, yes, because I think it would sell like hotcakes. There's been so much discussion online about people like, oh, you know, Guard this, Guard that. When a Guard getting some love, I would love to start new Guard, but you know, it's just Cadians, and you know, I want new Mordians, etc., etc. So I think if GW did come out and they actually started to introduce the new Imperial Guard stuff, and of course on the subject of the Catachans, if they definitely did Catachans, I'm sure it would very, very sell well, and a lot of people would be happy from the Guard community. Now, of course, let's flip the coin on the other side, because it could not be an Imperial Guard. That is just what I'm interpreting it at, and of course a lot of people are interpreting it in another way, and they're saying it's an orc because it has like these big chunky sausage fingers. Actually, his finger is probably as thick as my finger. He just means he's a bit of a chunky boy. Just, you know, he just enjoys a meat potato pie every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that, mate. But if it is an orc, then the only thing I can think of for an orc, if he's got binoculars, is an orc commando. And is it going to be an Orc Commando? Again, it goes back to the subject that we've just been speaking about. Is it just going to be an Orc Commando, like brand new character? Is this the same Orc guy which also the Rumour image had his foot in? Are they just releasing 2 Rumour images just to try and trick us up? Maybe, you know, GW does that sometimes. Or is it you know, maybe like a new squad of Orc Commandos or something like that? And again, harkening back to, is it going to be part of the Psychic Awakening? Is it going to be part of something else? There's still the rumours out there about the Space Wolf versus Orc box set. That has not left at all. They still linger around. And I'm thinking, if it was part of that, and because of all the rumours about Gaz Skull and stuff, and there's certain rumours about a new Ragnar sprue and everything like that, again, these are just unconfirmed. These are just whispers in the wind. Please don't, you know, air horn confirmed and stuff like that. No, stop it. Calm yourself down. But if it was something like that, then it would make sense for them to go in a box set, because you can put a Gaz Skull in there, you can put Ragnar in there, maybe a new a group of Orc Commandos, as I've just stated, and maybe, you know, I don't know, something Space Wolfish to go on the other side, which could combat the Orc Commandos. It would probably have to be Primaris format, because, of course, as I've stated so many times, the way that GW have been going, it's just Primaris. Or, let's flip the coin again. This coin has 3 sides, I know. Where does it belong? It's obviously a Zinch coin. This could be not 40k at all, and it's all down to AOS. And then I'll cry into a pillow like Perturabo. But I can't really see it be AOS, because I don't think I've ever seen an AOS model with binoculars. Maybe those like flying dwarf kind of things who should have been squats. Maybe. I can't really think, because I don't really follow that game so much. But yeah, I'm not going to say AOS at all. I think this is definitely 100% bang on gonna be Warhammer 40,000. It has to be. Come on, GW, please give me some new Catachans. I beg you, please. All right, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Of course, as always, I want your feedback in the comment section. Do you think it's an Imperial Guard? If you do think it's an Imperial Guard, do you think it's Catachans, like I've been going on about in the video? Or do you think it's going to be something else Imperial Guard related? Or don't you think it's Imperial Guard at all? Are you in the camp of that this is an Orc, it's an Orc Commando, a new Orc Commando character? Or do you just think it's going to be something else for 40k? Or do you think it's going to be AOS? Please don't break my heart and be AOS. Please give me some of that sweet new 40k model dust. I need it so much in my life. Thank you for coming. See you now. Have a good one, and bye-bye.